Linda with Life on Summer Hill, and today I have my sister-in-law here with me, Brenda, and she's going to help us do some container gardening. So we're just inviting you to watch today. This isn't really a DIY tutorial necessarily. We're gonna do 2 containers. This one is just a 1 plant transplanted into this cute little bucket from Target. But this bucket is not meant for plants, so we're gonna have to make it plant ready by putting holes in the bottom. So that's gonna be our first step. And then we're gonna get over here and we're gonna transplant a whole bunch of plants and make this one big pretty garden in a pot that's going to then be put in another pot on my front porch. The very first thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do this, is we need to make holes in the bottom. And we're gonna just do that with a nail and a hammer. And the reason why we need holes is because you need your plant to drain. You don't want its roots to sit in water. It can rot the roots. So we did 7 holes on this little bucket, and I found this bucket in the dollar spot section at Target. Okay, so we're gonna put some rocks in the bottom to keep the soil, as Brenda said, from going through the holes.
That's good. You only need a thin layer to keep the soil from going through.
Okay, and the rocks we're using are like little small river rocks. Okay, so we have Miracle Grow moisture control potting soil, and then we have an inexpensive all-purpose potting soil that I found at Walmart for like $3. Yeah. We're gonna put the inexpensive one in first. And now we're gonna put the Miracle Grow. One nice thing about this is it protects against over and under watering. And does this have fertilizer in it?
Well, yes, it does have some in it because it said feeds up to 6 months. So you probably would not have to fertilize as often when you water.
More?
All right, what we need to do is take this out.
Do we need to water that first?
We're going to mix it up so that we have some of the other soil. This makes the inexpensive soil go, this expensive soil go farther with mixing a little of the inexpensive soil.
And do I need to water that?
Let's see how wet it is. Yeah, put just a little and let it seep down, and then that will be fine. And you do want it to be level.
Okay,
with the top.
Is
yeah.
that good?
That's,
or do we need
no, that's good.
That's good.
And then we'll fill in around the edges
with the
better potting soil.
Okay.
And you see it's a little bit root bound, so if you just take your fingers and massage the roots just a little, it loosens them up so that they can reach into the soil better. Press it down. And then you would water it.
Okay.
To let the soil dampen and sink down to see if you need more.
Okay, so go water. So we did the first one. That's an easy one. So now we're gonna do an even more fun project, and we're actually creating a whole garden. So we're gonna start out by bringing this pot over, and just like before, we start with rock, right? Okay, so a thin layer, or?
Well, yeah, this one will need a little more because it does have some holes where the water goes through, but you still want to keep the soil as a little above those.
Okay, so to show you, it has some, I would say, bigger than quarter size holes that are about a little over 1 inch deep in the bottom. So we're gonna probably be filling those holes with rocks too.
And it's also connected to a drainage bottom. So you don't have to worry about the water coming out like you do with something with holes with nothing under it.
Like the bucket we just
yes.
did.
So you're going to want to put something under the bucket.
Okay. Okay, here we go. now we put, just like before.
Not before.
Yes. So this time, because this is bigger, I'm just gonna pour.
Right. And then if we need to add some more, we can.
Okay, to give you an idea of how high we went, it's about to right. Okay.
Then we'll mix it together.
Right. Okay, so water the plants.
Water those so it can be seeping in,
Okay,
and then
now we're gonna put some Miracle-Gro soil. Okay.
try that.
Okay, so now we're up to this line right here. So a little bit on the top.
Yeah, and we might decide we need a little more, but we'll just set things in here and see how it looks.
Okay.
The big one.
With the plant that's in the middle is typically you want that to be a taller plant, and we went with this topiary that was called size gum. So, okay, so just like before we
just loosen the pot so it'll pull out easier.
oh there you go. Okay,
And you see, these need to be straightened out a little so that they can reach out into the soil better. So you just, because otherwise they'll be root bound and they won't live as well.
so is that good enough?
Yeah. Now I'm digging a little hole in here.
Okay, right in the middle.
Yeah, and let's just set that in to see if we need to dig it deeper. And all right, now see,
Does
this
that
is
look pretty center?
yeah, that's pretty centered and it's pretty level with the edge of the pot.
Okay, all right.
So, and now we need to
Pack it down
pack
around
it down around it.
All right,
Now
these?
we need more soil
More
because
soil.
the roots on those aren't as deep as this.
and the good soil.
Yeah,
More or no?
I think that's good.
That's
We
good.
can add a little more if we need to.
Okay, all right, so this plant is called Baby's Breath. It is full sun. Its actual name is White Gypsophila. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that.
Close enough.
Yeah. So this one we didn't water because we just brought it home from the nursery and it's still very moist. But we start out by digging a hole.
Well, yeah,
Do you want?
you can use that.
Okay.
And just take it out of the pot so we can see how deep the root system is. See, this is just stuff at the bottom that you don't really need because you've got the other good soil and it makes you have to have a really deep hole because the roots on these are shallow.
Okay, I
So,
didn't know that.
yeah,
That's
so-
good to know.
So then you can just,
And we want it to trail a little
yeah,
bit.
we want it to trail so it's pretty close to the edge.
Okay, so close to the edge if you want it to trail over the side.
Yeah.
And look at how, like, which direction it's kind of trailing and make sure you plan it that way.
Right.
Okay, so we want the same one on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
So next are these Alyssa.
And then after you water it and it seeps down, if they're still too low in some spots, you can still add some more soil.
Okay, so we're done?
I think so. We'll just clean up the edges
Okay.
and
All right, so we're done. I'm so glad you guys came and enjoyed us on this video, and I hope you are inspired to decorate your front porch with beautiful container gardens or just transplanting pretty plants. So thank you for coming to Life on Summer Hill, and I hope you have a great day.